Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 1st to the 15th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. So, we have the Five of Wands reversed, which is fantastic. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Oracle, which is the High Priestess. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Tower coming through, which isn't bad. I actually am not surprised at all that we have a Tower time coming into play. And then we have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is moving forward. We're a bit unsure. There's a bit of instability kind of as we're moving forward into this new year. I laugh because there's this huge shift, but it's more of a spiritual shift. It's a celestial shift. So you're going to see that you're very impacted by the stars and the planets and the way that things are moving, and kind of solar flares and weather, extreme weather. So just be very mindful about that. You could be in a very bad mood and then listen to the news, which do in moderation, because it is so chaotic and 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 negative. So I don't mean that to be like only listen to happy, sunshiny things, but do be mindful of all the pain that you let into your body. So just be aware of that. This is going to be a time where we can see like, oh, I had this really bad day, and then this freak tidal wave happened, or this freak, whatever happened. So just be aware of that, because I do see you being very tuned in here, Virgo. So just being aware is going to be super important. With the Five of Wands reversed, we're really not into petty arguments, petty, squabblings, and, you know, it's kind of like fighting for the sake of fighting. We're going to see that a lot of our energy, a lot of our time, a lot of our space has been in chaos for the sake of chaos. And we're really looking at things now and saying, no, I don't want that. I don't need that. That's not for me. And we're going to be really releasing that energy during this time. And we're going to be releasing people and places and situations that foster that energy. So we can really find, oh, it's time for me to move forward, like from this friend group or this workspace or this, kind of like, way of looking at things, because we're releasing the chaos, and we're stepping into ourselves more and more. With the High Priestess, the veil is being lifted from our eyes. I love that it's called the Oracle in this deck. This is the Merry Day deck, and here with the Oracle, it's very much, I always think of the Oracle as the Oracle of Delphi. And so here and the High Priestess linking to the Oracle of Delphi is very much that sense of, I'm going to give you your history, right? Or your story. I'm going to tell it to you, but in such a way that you will be unraveling it as you live it. And I think there's something beautiful to that. I think we are all born with a little bit of knowing, a little bit of knowledge. The way that we stay true to ourselves, it's not necessarily our authenticity, but we can call it that, but the way that we stay true to who we are and not fall prey to the way the world wants us to be. We can see that we see through the veil of things more and more. But also during this time, the veil is going to be lifted from our eyes. We're going to be looking at things more openly, more honestly, more intuitively. We're going to be saying, hey, this is important to me. This isn't important to me. We're going to be looking at people and saying, oh, I kind of see beyond, see beyond what you think, see beyond what you're saying. So just make sure that you're staying very much in the moment in conversations, in situations, because you could be picking up on the energy of things, and they might be bringing energy to the situation that has nothing to do with you, absolutely nothing to do with you. So just be mindful about that, because you're going to be very sensitive during this time. With the Knight of Cups, if you have water sign energy in your chart, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, that's going to come through very powerfully. You're going to fight with your heart during this time. Your emotions are going to be so powerful and so impactful. Now, with the Tower, this is a time of really big change. Things are going to be turned on their heads, turned upside down. So the Tower energy is coming forward. We're looking at things in a very different way, in a very powerful way, in a very insightful way. But we're going to be seeing that what we thought had happened, or not had happened, what we thought was going to be isn't necessarily what is. A Tower time can be a joyous time, or it could be a really sad time. So when people always say, oh, Tower times are bad, they're not always bad. marriages can be tower times. And I know that sounds pessimistic, but it's not. It's like after you have this big wedding and this big happy time, now you have to figure out how the heck to be married to this person forever and ever. So here, and having a child is the same way, right? All the excitement, you pick the nursery, you pick out a name, do all these cool, fun things, and then you have a baby, and oh my gosh, So here with the tower, it's understanding everything. Everything has its season, and everything can have its intensity, and we don't have to just smile or always say, "Oh, it's okay," type of thing. It's looking that some things have fallen in ways that we hadn't anticipated. And it brings us to the Six of Swords. We are going to see ourselves moving forward. We're a bit unsteady, unsure, but we're very motivated. We're very determined. We're very focused on, I need to move forward. I've gathered up my knowledge. I need to move to the next phase. And we feel that call. It's like, okay, new year, new phase in life, like new way moving forward. There's going to be a foundational thing that's going to be changing. We're going to have things, certain things kind of like opening up to us in ways that we hadn't anticipated. So be kind to yourself during this time, most definitely, Virgo, with the tower coming forward. Now let's see what Spirit has to say. And know that if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. The winner will be announced on the 1st of February. You'll be learning about it. It will be in a video, so don't let anybody scam you by contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. The person will be announced in a video published on the 1st of February. And if you are interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, linked in the description box below. And here we have Radiant. There is an energy to us during this time, calling things forward, a radiance to us that's powerful and intense and beautiful. So let yourself shine here, Virgo. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh. And this is grounding reverse. We can feel untethered, which makes sense with a tower time coming in, that we can feel things are a little bit more up in the air. So do be mindful about that. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. So we need to make sure that we're grounded, that we're nourishing ourselves, that we're firmly rooted, like really stabilized in our life, in what we want, in what's important to us, because it's going to be very easy for us to feel uprooted, to feel a bit chaotic. So do be aware of that. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the 9 of Swords reverse. Be mindful. We are releasing a lot of worry that we have, and we can be worried about not worrying, or we can be sitting there and kind of like forcing everything to be okay. It's all great. It's all fine. And it can be that we do need to let ourselves kind of worry or question certain things, kind of push, the envelope with certain things instead of saying, oh no, it's fine. It's great. We can let ourselves be worried. Obsessive worrying, the worrying that robs our sleeps and causes us chaos, that's not good. But letting ourselves have a bit of worry coming forward, not plastering a smile on and saying everything's fine, that's also important. It's important to be open with our emotions. So let's see astrologically and then tarotly how everything is correlating. On the 1st of January, we have Mercury going direct in Sagittarius. We are coming out of Mercury retrograde, which is hugely important. So that chaotic period, that kind of 5 of Wands period, we're coming out of. But understand that for the first half of January, we can still feel unsure. We can have trouble focusing because we are still in the post-shadow period. So be kind to yourself and be respectful to yourself with that energy coming forward. Move things slowly. We can feel unsure about the way that we're moving forward, but we are still moving forward. And that's very much linked with the 6 of Swords energy. Also on the 1st of January, we have Venus in Sagittarius squared Saturn in Pisces. Now, discipline is going to be lacking. We have the tower time coming in. We can feel all over the place. We're seeing things with the with the High Priestess a little bit more in depth, a little bit more powerfully than maybe we're used to or we want to. So just be mindful about that, especially if you're psychic, empathic, if you have this intuitive sphere to you, that can really be coming up. So the lack of discipline can mean that everything kind of hits us rather intensely. It can be difficult to focus, to get things done. We need to be kind to ourselves and not be too demanding. So just be mindful about this. On the 2nd of January, we have the moon in Virgo, trine Pluto in Capricorn. This is a great time to work on transformation. We can see that with the High Priestess. We can even see that with the Tower, that certain things are going to be falling apart, transforming, moving forward in ways that we hadn't anticipated. Power and control can definitely be ours during this time, a real sense of determination and focus, and we're moving forward in positivity. On the 3rd of January, we have the moon in Libra, sextile Venus in Sagittarius. We feel more grounded. We feel more balanced. With the Knight of Cups, we feel more stabilized even. We're looking at what we love, what we want. That love, that passion is moving us forward. It's easier for us to work with others on this day, and we enjoy others' company. On the 4th of January, we have Mars entering into Capricorn. This is a great time to get things on track. We are going to get things done. We have the high-powered energy of Mars, that high, energy of Mars coming in. And we have the goal-oriented Capricorn energy coming into play. We can find that we understand direction. We can find that we have direction in our lives again. There's a sense of like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. And even with things falling apart, like they can do in a Tower time, it's like, oh, it's falling apart this way. Or, oh, I can see where things are coming together differently. And all of a sudden, we are a little bit more practical and we're really getting in touch with the important things during this time. On the 5th of January, we have the moon in Scorpio, sextile Mars in Capricorn. The emotions are going to be what drive us to action during this time, very much led by the Knight of Cups, by the Warrior of the Heart. Emotions can drive us to action. We will be inspired by our feelings. We're really going to have the veil lifted from our eyes. It's not always going to be about the logic during this time. And for an Earth sign energy, Virgo, that can be a little bit tricky for us, but it's going to be, okay, this is what I feel. This is what I'm connecting with. This is how the universe is talking to me. This is the energy that I'm getting. And that can all sound very hippy-dippy, and I get that and respect it. But if we stop connecting with our feelings and we kind of treat ourselves like calculators, what is that? That's not a human experience either. So accepting and connecting with our emotions, our feelings, and our desires in life, that emotional connection to things, that's going to be a very important thing for us. It's going to be very inspiring. We are going to find that there's plenty to keep us busy and that there's always a new project kind of moving us forward on the 5th. Now, on the 6th of January, which is also the Epiphany, if you celebrate, and if you don't, then it is the 6th of January. But here we have the moon in Scorpio opposite Uranus in Taurus. Now, impulsivity runs high. So impulsiveness is astoundingly high. So just be mindful about that. We need to be mindful also to focus on the little things. And I think this is very interesting for the Epiphany energy, where, here there's that sense of focus on the littler things. This is when the wise men brought the gifts to Jesus, if you believe this. And if not, it's just a good story. So here it's embracing the balance that comes through the little things. Our energy needs to focus on something kind of different right now. It's not going to be the same old. There's going to be some sort of inspiration, some sort of beauty coming forward that kind of takes us out of the mundane. So just be aware of this. On the 7th of January, we have the moon in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. And we can have a lot more understanding on this day, a lot more empathy. Compassion is going to be really strong. We're seeing the veil between the worlds, become thinner. We are seeing our hearts move us forward. We're looking at a lot of chaos, not only in our lives, in our day-to-day lives, but in the happenings of the world. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's going to be a very powerful thing for us during this time. We're looking at the world with compassion, and we're going to find that doing for others gives us immense joy, immense purpose, immense power moving forward. On the 8th of January, we have Mercury in Sagittarius squared Neptune in Pisces. our imagination takes over. We are going to be so inspired. It's going to be difficult to focus on the mundane. We want to work on creative projects, and we need to give our mind a break. We do. We need to just cultivate that veil between the worlds is thin. That can be something that's rather scary for us, Virgo, as we like to be practical earth sign energy, very grounded, very stabilized, very focused. So here, just saying, I'm giving myself a creative day. I'm seeing where the creativity takes me can be very interesting. We can also really start to tap into kind of like the shadow side of ourselves, the tower side, the side where, this self awakening happens through things not always working out as we had planned. And I know some of us are saying, because I can hear it so crystal clear, where we're saying, well, I wish something would work out as I had planned. And Spirit's like, that's great. That's a great wish. But I have plans for you. So just know that Spirit has plans for you. On the 9th of January, the sun is in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. This is a time for us to step out of our comfort zone. You'll find new opportunities coming your way. You will find new possibilities opening up to you. This is when things open up. It's like, oh, wow, I can do XYZ, or, oh, wow, look at this. So just know that there's that bit of like, oh my gosh, energy, like, oh my gosh, I can do this energy coming forward. Mars is in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. There's incredible disciplined energy focusing us, guiding us. We're working on making progress with our goals. We're working on moving things forward. We are looking at long-term goals and achievements, and we're finding a rhythm to our life, to ourselves. We are going to be looking at things. We're really letting go of the chaotic, of the, kind of like obscene, what people focus on in order to distract themselves. And we're really looking at, okay, what's sacredly important to me now? How am I moving forward to where I need to be? We are super motivated. On the 10th of January, we have the moon in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn. The energy is high. We are focusing on what we feel emotionally drawn to. So we really need to ask ourselves what we love, how are we drawn to what we love? We're very enthusiastic. We're really getting the energy. We're really seeing ourselves move forward in ways that we hadn't imagined, or in ways that we thought, oh, that's like impossible for me, or I couldn't possibly do that. And then we're going to see ourselves doing it. On the 11th of January, we have the moon in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. We are more independent. We are willing to do things differently. We're open to new ideas. We're more unconventional. We're more innovative. And we're really going to see that sense of the inspiration. That veil between the worlds is the thinnest. We are going to be inspired, but Spirit is talking to us. Our angels are guiding us. We are moving forward with our heart, with our emotion, with our passion. There's an awakening that is coming, that's pushing us out of our comfort zone, kind of like every day in every way. And I can see that we're not necessarily always very happy about that, but that's okay, because we are going to be empowered by it. Now, also on the 11th of January, we have the new moon in Capricorn, which there will be a separate video on. On the 12th of January, we have Mars in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. And I have to say, the next couple of days are really quite awesome. This is a lucky day for us, the 12th of January. This is a lucky day for everyone. We have the ability to maximize our opportunity, to feel really great about our lives and ourselves. There's that sense of moving forward in love and in passion. We are seeing ourselves, yes, be a little bit unsure, but also be really focused, really determined. We are seeing things fall apart, but we're also seeing things, kind of moving in a direction that we hadn't known. And I know saying that things fall apart is scary, but we are also going to see, like, oh, it didn't have to necessarily be like that. I had an idea. I thought it had to be XYZ. And we're going to be opened up more and more to kind of the incredible. It's like, oh, okay, I don't necessarily always know the divine master plan moving me forward. On the 13th of January, Mercury enters into Capricorn. We have disciplined mental energy coming forward. We have our heart guiding us with the Knight of Cups. We have, the veil between the worlds, but also the sense of deeper seeing, deeper understanding, the deeper connection moving us forward. We are more connected with our long-term goals and our long-term plans. We really do take a practical approach to things. On the 14th of January, we have this practical energy still maintaining and gaining momentum with the moon in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Pisces. This disciplined energy guides us. We are getting a lot done. We are focused. We are intuitive. We are like, okay, yeah, I see it. I see it. And we're connecting the dots. We are really feeling like we're on the right path. We're feeling inspired. We're feeling in focus. And then it leads us to the crescendo, which is the 15th of January, where the sun is in Capricorn, sextile Neptune in Pisces. We have our creativity soaring. We are focusing on creative projects, creative ventures. The mundane is even going to seem exciting and creative to us. It's like, oh, wow, look at it this way or look at it that way, or let's like open up this door. And we're going to start really seeing ourselves inspired. What once felt like rubble and a mess, we're going to start seeing as endless possibilities, endless creative endeavors. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message, which is energy. We have this tremendous energy subconsciously. And it's like, okay, how do you focus it? How do you harness it? How do you move it forward? And we're going to be seeing that energy guiding us more and more and more. Now it can explode, right? Most definitely, if we aren't connecting with our spiritual self, if we aren't, listening to our heart and our emotions, if we aren't moving forward, we can feel this tremendous frustration just building and building and building like a volcano until it erupts. So do be mindful about that. But there's also this tremendously powerful, intuitive, determined energy that's guiding us forward, that's saying, you know what, we're starting this year off with a bang. We're moving things forward with an intensity that is brilliant. It brings us then to our subconscious chakra energy. Yes, which is what Spirit has been saying throughout this whole entire reading. It's psychic development. It's the third eye chakra. It is saying here, hey, listen, whether you like it or not, this part of you is awakening and is moving forward. There's a connection with it in 2024 that, we start off the year with it, and I can only see it growing throughout the year. Now we can say, I don't want this gift and push it to the side or reject it or however you want to word it. Or we can, take this as part of ourselves. And that is going to be a brave thing to do. But I can tell you, as somebody who's taken this as part of themselves, it isn't always the smooth journey that we had thought it was going to be. Awakenings are intense, they are powerful, they are beautiful, they leave you never the same, right? You're awakened, but they change your life for the better in ways that you couldn't have imagined. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of, it's the Lovers, it's Gemini energy. Now, if you're born on the cusp with Leo, just go check out that video as well, that reading, because they also had the Lovers, as their card to be mindful of. So do be aware of this. This is lust over love. So just be aware that we can be caught up in the lust of it all. We can be really enticed by certain things, certain promises, certain, kind of like our heads being turned. It doesn't necessarily have to be by a person, but it can be. But our heads are going to be turned, but it's going to be for very kind of like superficial reasons. It's not going to be at the heart of things. So just be mindful about that. We can also have a bit of a difficult energy with Gemini energy, whether that be in our chart or in our lives. So be aware of that as well. Our subconscious tarot message is the World reversed. And here it says here, integration in synthesis. I have trouble saying that word. So with the World, what we're going to see is, as much as we want to focus on the outside world, and we really do, we want to be focusing on everything and everyone. This is going to be a time where we need to focus on the universe within ourselves, the world within us. We need to focus on ourselves and seeing us and connecting with us and hearing ourselves and opening up that door. This isn't about the rest of the world. This is about our world, ourselves. And it's not being egotistical. It's not totally like living within our ego, but it is saying to ourselves, I live in this body. I live in this dwelling, this world, this existence, and I'm embracing my emotions, myself. And I'm embracing myself with power, integrity, and brilliance. And I'm opening up the door in ways that I hadn't imagined that I could. And that's going to be super important for us. This isn't about the rest of the world. This is about us in our world. And it's very personal. It's very private, and it's very beautiful. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless and Happy New Year. Bye.